Hi, everyone. My name is Shelby Unsworth. I'm an Associate Director for Business Development at the University of Michigan, and I'm part of a group called Fast Forward Medical Innovation. We sit within the Office of Research of the Medical School, and our focus is on any and all collaborations that our med school faculty and initiatives have with our industry partners. I'm really excited to be here today supporting the important efforts of the MTM Vision Consortium, and look forward to a very brief discussion about our efforts to launch this initiative at the University of Michigan. So 1 year ago today, I sat over there and served on a panel discussing the challenges and also the advantages of consortia in advancing research efforts. And the goal was to learn from all the experts in the room who have participated in or built consortia in the past, and in our efforts to build the MTM Vision Consortium. And I was fortunate to get a very pointed question from Tom Gardner. Shelby, how do we do this? And I was a little bit stunned by such a specific question directed at myself, but my answer was first to acknowledge that it's probably going to be difficult, but that the most important thing to keep everyone moving forward is to remain focused on our why. So that's where I want to start today. So our top line why for the MTM Vision Consortium is, of course, the millions of people suffering with diabetes-related vision loss. But because we acknowledge the enormity of this issue, we recognize that this endeavor is not possible from one single entity alone. In addition, as we've worked through the design of the consortium, our core guiding principles remain research integrity, reliance and trust, patient perspective, as you'd seen through today, and a focus on accelerating progress. So we have our why, and the next step is our how. So by design, the pharmaceutical industry is competitive. But the strength of a pre-competitive consortia is that it brings member companies together into a somewhat neutral academic environment, which provides both infrastructure and shared resources. In our case, the Mary Tyler Moore Vision Initiative Ocular Biorepository and Resource Center, which Patrice described earlier, as well as our Clinical Endpoints Data Resource Center, for which the protocol AR and AS study data will be the foundation. These foundational resources, when coupled with the expertise and also additional data brought back in by member companies, bring into the consortium and allow for crucial early discoveries. These early discoveries, such as new targets and biomarkers, can then be brought back into the member companies for development into novel products that better prevent, diagnose, and treat diabetic retinal disease. But member companies are not the only mechanism for progress through this model. Ultimately, our goal is to make the expanding resources housed within the consortium available to outside academic and non-member researchers. Non-member researchers can submit proposals, which then would be reviewed by a joint steering committee comprised of member representatives as well as consortium leadership. And those projects which are approved will not only advance the efforts within the academic institution, but will also increase the breadth and depth of the consortium resources through a feedback of results. So we are so excited that the MTM Vision Consortium has officially launched at the University of Michigan in collaboration with our academic partners, the Joslin Diabetes Center and the DRCR Retina Network. Our leadership team includes Consortium Director Tom Gardner, MTM Vision BRC Scientific Director Patrice Fort, and Consortium Administrative Manager Latrice Faulkner. And of course, we're so excited to announce our founding consortium member, Boehringer Ingelheim, and we look forward to welcoming additional members in the future and over the next year. But for now, I want to turn it over to Dr. Marianne Lowry, Global Asset Lead for Retina Health at Boehringer Ingelheim, who will be representing Boehringer on the Consortium Joint Steering Committee moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to join the consortium and to talk a little bit about why we made this decision to join this group. So in my role as the global asset lead for our most advanced asset or molecule in diabetic retinopathy, I'm accountable for the development, the approving, and also the commercialization of this product around the world. And so this is a pretty big responsibility, particularly to the patients that are going to benefit for this. And it's a lift that really requires all of us. We have a very big problem to solve or issue to address, which is really changing how society, clinicians, patients, and all of us view diabetic retinal diseases and how we screen for them, how we diagnose them, and when we treat them. So as such, we knew that we couldn't take this on alone, that in order to tell the story of the patients, it would take all of us to be able to generate evidence about the natural history of this disease, about the patient experience, to run panels of patients to understand their issues, to develop consensus panels to then change the perception and the importance in the scientific community. So we're very fortunate to find the Mary Tyler Moore Vision Consortium, which consists of so many scientists and like-minded people who are so committed to the same goals and values that we share. So when we realized that there was this collaboration already in place, it was almost natural for us to approach you and to talk to you about joining our intellectual, our human, and our financial resources so that together we could really make this big change for people living with diabetic retinal diseases. And we really appreciate the opportunity to do that. And we really hope that others in industry, others in government agencies, nonprofits around the world really join this effort, because we're really trying to generate a lot of new evidence. We're looking at different ways of using evidence beyond clinical trials, looking at AI as well as real-world evidence in order to change how we view this condition and to be able to tell a compelling story to change the minds and also ultimately clinical practice and improve the lives of patients living with this condition. So thank you, Robert, Jenny, all of you, Tom, who created this opportunity for us to join you.